So for part 3, on worksheet 3 of unit 3, 3, 3, and 3, I started by drawing the side view, which is shown at the top of the assignment. And then what I'm going to do is extrude it, and I extruded it the full width of 70. And then what I did is I drew on this surface right here. And the first thing that I drew is the rectangle over here in order to cut out the circle. And so you'll notice that when I was drawing that, I went 20 from the edge because it has a width of 30 and the full width is 70. So 20 plus 30 plus 20 is 70. Then I went in 15. And when I extrude that out, then we see that we get that spot missing up in the front. After that, I sketched again on the same surface, and this time I made the circle, the two circles. I did this by measuring from the corner here. Actually, this matches the drawing better. So I measured 21 in, and then got to the center of the shape, which took 15. I made the larger circle, and then from the center of this circle, I went an additional 19 to get to the smaller circle. I then connected 2 lines back to the bigger circle, and then I extruded this entire shape. Now, this extrusion was a little bit confusing because we had to make sure that we were extruding up and down. Or excuse me, just extruding downward, but making sure we went all the way to the bottom level. Because if we look at that sketch is actually above, right here. It's above this this bottom portion of the part. And so when we extrude it down, we want to make sure that it extrudes all the way through to the bottom so that we get the full hole the way that it's shown. Then after that, I drew on this bottom portion. So down here, I drew 2 rectangles on the sides. I know that the rectangle has to be 40 wide right here. And so again, the whole shape is 70 wide. So if I subtract 40, I get 30 left over, and then half of that 30 is here and half that 30 is here. So each rectangle is 15 from the edge, and then it goes all the way until we get this diagonal section. When I say diagonal section, I mean as the surface inclines here. We also get a diagonal then that we're connecting from the top of the rectangle to the outside of the shape, and from this rectangle to the outside of the shape. So then what we could do is extrude each of these rectangle and triangles, and this one was the one that's a little bit more complex because we had to extrude it upwards and downwards. So I'm going to show you that here. We had to do symmetric, so it goes up and down because the plane that we drew on was in the middle, and so we had to push it down through the bottom of the shape, but we also had to push it up through this inclined part of the shape. And so the direction had to be symmetric or asymmetric, and then the extent was all so that it would go all the way through the shape, up and down. And we did that. We were left with these spaces in the back, and then the last thing we can do is fillet the back with a radius of 8. And the shape should be done after that.